Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ashley Kabakungan with Channel 10 News, and tonight I'm here with Taylor Clow, and we are going to be discussing an important issue regarding Native American health. So Taylor, can you please give us a little more information on this issue?
Of course. Thanks again for having me on the show. Today, I would like to discuss the issue of obesity among American Indians in the United States in comparison to the general U.S. population.
So why do you think Native Americans have such high rates of obesity?
Well, for a couple of reasons. Obesity in general is caused by a combination of factors such as poor diet, genetics, sedentary lifestyle, food accessibility, meaning the markets in your area and the food items that those markets carry, growing portion sizes, and being in an environment that's conducive to healthy living are all factors that contribute to obesity. According to Indian Health Services, the primary reasons for obesity among Native Americans are poor education, high poverty rates, discrimination in delivery of medical services, as well as cultural differences. As you can see, the issue is very complex with many factors coming into play.
So this is all very interesting, Taylor, but why as a society should we care?
There are a couple of important reasons why you should care, Ashley. The harmful effects of obesity are extremely costly. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the average healthcare costs for people who are obese are almost $1,500 higher than those of normal weight. What makes this statistic even more frightening is the fact that American Indians have the highest poverty rates of any population in the United States. Additionally, according to Indian Health Services, American Indians born today have a life expectancy of over 4 years less than that of the general U.S. population.
So what do you think should be done to address this issue?
I believe the best approach to addressing this issue is to conduct food audits within each tribal community within the United States.
So for those of us who aren't familiar with food audits, can you explain that a little more?
Well, food audits are very complex and they have multiple facets and then components to each of these facets. The first step for a food audit in this situation would be researching what types of grocery stores and markets exist on each reservation, as well as locating the distribution sites for the government-subsidized food programs. While doing this research, one would also look at the foods available in these locations. Are there fresh produce and whole grain options? Is the size of this selection of foods proportionate to the community in which it serves? Meaning, is there enough healthy options for everybody? We would also look at the most frequently consumed food items and how to replace these items with healthier options. And a critical component of this step would be figuring out how to get community members to consume these healthier options.
Okay. So...
Oh, well, sorry. Also involved in this food audit is researching government policies that are currently in place, looking at the foods that are provided within each subsidy program. We would figure out how to change these policies, replacing processed prepackaged foods that are high in sugar and fats with healthier options such as fresh produce and whole grains. Food auditing may sound like a grueling task, but I believe it to be the best way to instill change within the American Indian population as it relates to obesity.
Okay, Taylor, thank you so much for being here tonight. Your interview was very informative.
Thanks for having me.